Dun da 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 dun, da da.
All right, that's enough bars of that, or we're gonna have to pay royalties.
Yeah.
Hey, it's episode something of the Doug Stanhope podcast, or as we call it after the Sal Volcano gag. Now it's almost a gag. Before it was really nice. Now he's going to start a whole telemarketing franchise of thanking his fans for sending us vodka. And we're going to call this the Vodka Barn Podcast.
Yes.
It's the Doug Stanhope episode something teen or
189.
whatever. We'll see if you get it out. I might have a new podcast of my own by then. Hey, we're sponsored today by BlueApron.com. Do you want the read now or later? I go with later.
Yeah.
Later.
Tom Konopka's here. Brian Hennigan, the
Yes.
filthy uncut Scotsman, is here.
Hello.
Ggreg Chaille's here late. And Bingo Bingaman is in the background, should she have any commentary.
Bingo.
Bingo. Oh, the cough's getting worse with the book writing. It's a fucking just constant, literal chain smoking.
How much do you smoke when you're writing?
I don't know. I've been just buying just packs by the half dozen. I get Marlboro Lights. If I have to smoke outside, they burn quicker.
Yeah.
And American Spirits for inside. When all you fucking nabobs are away from me.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed a lack of smoking inside. I mean, my fucking trousers and everything.
Well, during
Seriously.
football.
Yeah. I'm just
During
saying,
football, we smoke outside for the most part because there's a lot of oldies. Fred Miller. You don't smoke when Fred Miller's in the building, out of respect. I don't know why, but I know he hates it.
He'd leave.
Would he?
He leaves early if that's the case. That's very respectful to do that because I like it when he's here. He's
Yeah, I enjoy his company.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if I smoke less and I go out to smoke, and going out to smoke gets you out of a conversation you don't want to be in. It's such a beautiful thing. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to have a cigarette. And all of a sudden you can ditch out, where you non-smoking faggots have to sit there and take a long ear beating about nothing.
until you learn to just say, "I'm leaving you." Or, you know.
Yeah.
I'm leaving you.
Well, like
That is an option.
I have
Turned
to,
personal.
I'd rather go outside and endure this
It
conversation.
sounds better with his accent, though, so you can play that.
It is a great out.
I know. I have been envious of that in the past.
I've sped up my smoking during social occasions. Where, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm an addict. I gotta go. No, you're not boring. It's me. I'm the one with the problem.
Well, you got a couple months left, so maybe we can go. That'll be the new Sal Volcano. We'll sponsor that. Now there'll be truckloads of fucking, what are the American Spirits? Yeah.
Can you send them
Don't
across
do that.
state lines?
Oh, that would be funny.
Well,
Send Sal cigarettes.
Send stuff to Sal.
Yeah.
But stuff. He's a
germaphobe.
yeah.
Oh, no.
OCD.
Don't do it.
Send him dirty panties or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Men's. Because I don't have a fan base to send otherwise.
yeah.
My God. He's
Yeah, we
joking. He's joking.
He was here for the Super Bowl a couple years back, and he had to have his own bathroom. I mean, we set it up that way. We set it up that way.
All right.
Yeah,
But we
He-
also made him host piss roulette, where he had to squirt someone's piss into two different people's mouths.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Quinn's girlfriend?
Was it her piss?
Yeah.
Yeah. Former girlfriend.
Oh. Okay.
Emily.
Emily, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was always the rule. Piss roulette worked where there's 6 squirt guns, one has piss, the other 5 have tequila, and you do Russian roulette against someone. But we always, to make it on the up and up, made sure it was a hot girl's piss. It can't be just some dude's piss.
No.
No homeless stumble bum's piss. No. At least it was piss from a hot girl. I think a lot of times people played for the wrong reasons. Or all the right reasons.
Right reason.
Yeah. Hey, maybe. I can't say that. I was going to say maybe we should have a certain band back to play the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Crickets.
What?
5 of these squirt guns have the band's piss.
Yeah.
1 has Sauza. Oh, don't be shitty tequila. Oh.
How much am I bid for the first pistol?
Well, actually, Andy will play both sides.
Is he
He'll
coming?
play against himself.
He asked, and I said, you know what? This Super Bowl is just going to be like any other football Sunday, just the regulars. There's no party, no bands, no nothing. Just for playoffs, divisional round, not even championship. It was freezing on Sunday, and there was not enough room in here for just the regulars.
To even house it, yeah.
So yeah, a couple people sat out and watched on the outside TV, freezing their balls off.
It's kind of. I was one of them. I liked it though because you're watching Pittsburgh play. It's freezing there. You're sitting there on the couch watching your breath.
Oh, I left for the late game.
Yeah.
This was just during the Packers game during the day.
Yeah.
The mighty Pittsburgh, if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry. Is that your team?
Yes.
Okay.
I got them in the draw. Therefore, my devotion is unequivocal.
Your devotion is to whoever is playing against the team everyone's rooting for.
Yes.
Hennigan's a great prick, Tom. You haven't seen him at football, but when the Seahawks were playing the Falcons, everyone was Seahawks people, and Brian just walked in and started talking the loudest shit.
Yeah, I don't think Tom needs to see me at football to know I'm a gigantic prick. I think Tom's...
He's already read the Cliff Notes.
Yes, he's got that. Very good. Yeah.
He's caught on.
Yeah. I won't let out the exact opposite. Don't blow his cover. The guy's actually fucking great.
Shh. No, he's kind of a prick.
He's a great prick. He's a prick with the heart. Is that acceptable? I don't know.
There are people that are great at being pricks.
Mm-hmm.
Nick DiPaolo springs to mind as the best bitter comic ever. Like, he's so bitter, but so good at it. Like, that's his persona, and you want him to be bitter. You don't just go, oh, you're just bitter. You go, no, be more bitter. I love your bitter. It's fucking just miserable all the time and fantastic at it. People say that to me all the time. Hey, I love your stuff. I don't always agree with you. Well, then fuck you, because I mean it.
Yeah.
But Nick DiPaolo is one of those guys. Those, where there's an old bit where he's talking about testing on animals, medical testing on animals, and he winds it up with, and I'm sorry if I destroy this, but he goes, listen, if hooking up a pair of jumper cables to a monkey's brain cures AIDS, I got 2 things to say. Red is positive, black is negative. I'm completely against animal testing. I'd say test on prisoners, but...
That's very interesting.
Except Innocence Project is my biggest
There you go.
default. Yeah, there's too many wrongly accused. So now all of a sudden, not only were you pegged a rapist because some girl had buyer's remorse when she came home with a fucking
Buyer's
condom
remorse.
slinking out of her tailpipe and her boyfriend that she'd forgotten about. She was enamored with your fucking jokes. Now all of a sudden you're a rapist because she doesn't want to tell the truth. And now you have jumper cables in your brain. I'm against that. So there's a lot of variables.
There's an Australian philosopher called Peter Singer who argues very vociferously about who you should test it on. And he says, and it does a very coherent argument for saying, breaking down using animals and saying, well, if by all these standards, then you should actually just test it on mentally handicapped people.
Wow.
Because
You went all in.
Because when you break down why it's okay to test it on animals, it will end up a definition that's remarkably similar to being a mentally
Those are the
handicapped.
bits that I look for, where I don't necessarily have a point, but I can say, well, all right, if you're going to say that, then you agree to this.
Yes.
And that way I'm in the clear because I don't have an opinion. I'm just making both sides of you fight each other,
Yes,
and then
exactly.
I slink
Yeah.
out the back door.
Exactly. You sort of throw that little hand grenade in the conversation, then
He is right.
salami.
Yeah, all the mental patients that are listening to the podcast right now are shivering at that suggestion. Yeah.
Well, that's bingo, and she's right by the door.
Hi-yo! She's got a knife.
Then again, so one or two of them who've never had MAC cosmetics are quite excited.
Oh,
This is their chance to get that lip gloss they've always
Exactly.
wanted.
But if you gave someone the option, hey, because I think I would, if I had the choice between prison and medical testing, yeah, I'd go with the medical testing for sure.
Take a
I
shot.
think that's far less cruel and unusual. Should be in the eye of the observer, like beauty.
Yes.
Yeah, but someone's gonna spray perfume in your eyes. I mean, that's
If you don't mind that,
well, you don't know it. You can't tell them in advance. Everyone would
No, you
line
can
up for the
give 'em
ice
a-
cream tasting, and
it's
no one
like
would get the ball punch.
incentive-based eugenics. If you gave them a choice, if you gave someone a choice, hey, you can participate in this program. We're going to send you like a monkey into space. We don't know if you'll ever come back, or you can just fend for your life. I know you're a mixed breed, so you don't know which gang affiliation you should take in prison. So you just huddle in the corner of a shower underneath a blanket for your entire stay, or get perfume sprayed in your face.
Absolutely. I mean, I know I would not survive prison. So,
So
Prison
you'd
wouldn't
risk-
survive you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the way I sold the parole board.
Who's that boy over there reading Smart Fuck magazine? He could be a jailhouse lawyer.
That's true. I could be the jailhouse lawyer.
yeah, you would be like Andy Dufresne.
I could be King Rat.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Great film.
Oh, no, he just dropped your favorite film,
Which one?
Andy Dufresne.
Of course.
you would-
Yeah.
Certainly, that would be you, absolutely.
Dufresne,
Oh, yeah.
Party of Two.
Yes. Oh, my God. What a great movie, Shawshank. Fuck.
Indeed.
Hennigan, what have you been doing other than drinking our careers under the table like I'm supposed to be? We're supposed to be good cop, bad cop on this.
Yeah, I
and,
know. Things are going swimmingly. The
swimming in a vat of vodka.
Yeah.
Thanks, Impractical Jokers.
yeah. I've just been. I suppose something that's interesting is. I wasn't here for the review of the 2016. Okay, but 2016 was a very eventful year.
Right.
Okay. And I think what I've now realized is that if you just accept that everything's just going to be a shit show from now on, then everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, well, you don't have to write this book.
Oh, I know. I know you don't have to write. I don't have to
You
write
just
that.
have to book the shit show.
I know.
And watch it collapse.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm what do you want me to say?
Oh, no, I was just saying, what have you been up to? I'm trying to lead into
Oh, I
you.
see. Oh, I see.
I assume you guys have some stories.
Do we have stories?
I don't
Talk
know.
about anything?
Well, have you
Hang on a
done
minute.
anything with your life?
Let me pull up my Evernotes. Hang on. See if there's anything in here that's coherent and broadcastable. Oh wow. Patricia Nelson had an enormous meltdown on the sidewalk outside her apartment building last week. But other than that,
What type?
her car got ticketed the week before, and because it's not running, she couldn't move it. So in the week in between the ticket for street cleaning, she didn't move it, and the guy came back and gave her another ticket, and she had an enormous meltdown on the sidewalk
At the...
at the guy and at the world in general. Included memorable phrase being shouted out: "I've broken my favorite coffee mug."
Now that's a meltdown.
What did she think was going to happen? He was going to come by and see this car and go, "Oh, I got her last week. We'll let this one
Yeah,
go."
don't ask me. I don't live on that side of the apartment building.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
But somehow you're close enough that you could hear. And,
Well, listen. People could hear it at fucking in Midtown LA. This was not a small meltdown. She doesn't have a small voice. Fucking Bob, the apartment manager, had to come out and calm things down. Yeah, it was pretty intense.
wow.
Wonder if anybody
The only thing,
captured that.
the only cause for enormous regret was that it was one of the few times that both Brett and Kerry missed it, because Brett was away doing comedy and Kerry had been out living up to like 7 a.m. or whatever and had only just gone to bed, so she missed it.
You
all.
guys, both the Hennigan and the Bretchels have that thing where they can sleep till 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Only if I'm fucking hammered the night before or something.
I know, but we get hammered the night before too, and I'm still up at between 5 and 7 in the morning.
That's why you're cantankerous. That's what, yeah, you have to
That
sleep.
contributes.
Yeah.
I'd definitely say.
Yeah.
You do, and Doug, when you go down, aside
Whoa,
from some of
clarify
the
that.
some of the times when you do actually wake up after you've taken an Ambien or a Xanax, then you'll continue to drink. But usually you go down and you stay down for a period of time.
Well, last night I think I was in bed by 9 o'clock at night.
Uh-huh.
I know I texted Bingo for a ride 4 blocks. I was that drunk. 4 quiet, darkened blocks with no children playing where you could, and I'll just still to be safe. That was at 7:48. I texted for a ride, so I was definitely down by 9. Woke up at 2:30. Fuck. Then try to go back to bed. Now do I take a sleeping pill, and which I did, and then slept till off and on till 9. But I'm up every 2 hours. What's on TV? Oh, I put on a movie. I wake up to the credits. Then commercials wake me up. I have to sleep to HBO or Showtime, something with no commercials. Commercials wake me up because they're always louder than
bit,
the
yeah.
program.
Yeah.
And fucking awful because it's 4:30 in the morning. I imagine how many people hated me for Girls Gone Wild infomercials where they fell asleep to something nice and woke up to, show me where babies feed. Hey, you want to look at tits? There's a good time to look at tits.
Yeah, I'm not a good sleeper. I need to take sleepers in the middle of the night.
What do you take? Just over the
Just
counter?
over the counter stuff.
Fucking completely underrated.
Yeah, I know.
And they're cheap. Dollar
Yeah.
store, you can usually get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on the road. I have to sleep on the road like hard and not wake up because we got stuff to do. But
you know
here,
that-
I'm up all night.
But I mean, we have talked about it. The sleep pattern you describe is more like a natural sleep pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before the invention of the clock, there's no such thing as a good 8 hours sleep. It's a completely made up
Or
thing.
the invention of work.
Yeah, exactly.
In a building.
Yeah, the industrialized society.
Career
Yeah.
type work, not
Yeah.
farm or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. You should sleep 4 hours, like two things of 4 hours.
They used to get up after 4 hours and then have a meal.
That's right, and do
then
things,
go
and
back
then
down.
go back to bed.
Yeah.
That's how you.
Have you
would-
tried that?
Inadvertently, yes. You know, I'll wake up with filled with ongoing crisis in my head, and then do stuff, and then I'll collapse at some point.
The problem is you can't sustain it because everyone else isn't doing
Exactly,
it.
that's the
that's
point.
The problem.
The other fuckers
Yeah,
are bringing us
you-
down.
Yeah, those bastards.
Fucking morning radio.
Yeah.
That's why we have to do morning radio as comedians, is because all you assholes have to sit in traffic from 6:30 to 8:30 to get to work for 9. And that's when you're listening to radio, because why else would you? Tell me the last radio broadcast you listened to at home in the living room like it was fucking War of the Worlds and the family huddled around. Tuned it in.
Mercury Theater presents.
No. The,
Hey, Gracie, I'm just home from things.
oh, Judge.
That is weird. That is kind of like the way they pitched the whole radio thing. Is that people have their rapt attention to listen to you talk about your gig coming up at the local place, and it's, like,
that's
it's
why
so out of date.
It's all comedy, or it was. I don't know if terrestrial radio exists or anyone listens to it wherever you are, the listener. but it was funny in the morning, and then drive time on the way home, people tuned into AM angry talk radio because they're pissed off. They want to, I just need a good laugh on the way to work, and by the end of the work day, they want to listen to fucking
Tom Likas.
shithead.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Another caller, what do you think about the Republican Democrat fucking ugh.
Ugh.
So yeah, they would there was all angry AM talk.
Or just straight up music. It used to be different though in the 70s because in LA it was Fraser Smith, and he had an afternoon drive comedy based.
Drive time?
Yeah. Fraser Smith on, I think it was a KMET or KLOS.
That's why we've never heard of him.
Yeah. Well, but then it switched. Like in the 80s, it went right down to like 6 a.m. to 9 or 10. And that was all the shock jock stuff.
But the interesting thing is that the podcast boom is bringing back the concept of listening to things, because that was what died out. Was not the radio went away, but the idea of we should listen to something went away, as opposed to watching it. And what the podcasting is bringing that concept back, so that there could actually be a resurgence in radio once people who are young and hip catch on to the idea, we could listen to radio.
Yeah, that's very
Well, if you could, you would have to be able to pause it.
Yes.
I mean, the beauty of the podcast is it's at your leisure.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can listen to whatever, whenever.
Yeah.
Jump in and jump out at you.
But again, that's an adjustable technology thing, so it could happen.
Fuck radio, man.
Whoa.
Fuck that.
Whoa.
It is,
Did he just say
We were having a
radio?
back
They're
and forth
kicking
there,
and
and then
screaming.
suddenly fuck radio.
They've kicking and screaming, and now like the guy who hired Chad to do some voiceover stuff. He ran out of fucking places to go, and now he decides to do a podcast. You know, I mean, a lot of the smarter people that I knew in radio fucking left radio a long time ago to do something else.
I remember at around the death knell of radio, whenever that was, but I was playing Reno and did drive time. It was like 7 p.m. radio. The shit you used to listen to in the 70s when you were a kid, and you'd call in a long distance dedication.
Shout out.
Could you play Air Supply for my girl that I met at the roller rink?
The roller rink.
So I'm doing is that hour, like 7 o'clock ish. I do a full hour, and he's doing it was that antiquated. He was doing a local like battle of the bands thing, or vote for your favorite song. Is it this band or is it this band? And call in, and that started the hour. And only one person for the entire hour I was doing breaks called, and it was a personal call for the DJ. Not a fucking person. Not a single person. I'm going, how am I selling tickets by doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't even get 14-year-old girls to call in, no one's listening.
Or you'd every night get the same one or two people just fucking calling back and forth. And it was like, no one's listening, or no one's really engaging.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the problem.
Dougie, what about the requests, the music requests you did at American Distrib? It was the
When
polar
Tom and I were
opposite.
doing telemarketing,
So
dude,
funny.
outside in the common area, they would play whatever local rock and roll station. I forget the name now.
Like piped in, like
Yeah, it was
background
just
music.
on the radio.
KLVX.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it was like a universities where that all came from, usually for UNLV.
It was rock and roll, because I remember I would call and request You Dropped a Bomb on Me
Oh, yeah.
by the
The
Gap
Gap Band.
Band.
That's right.
And they go, this is a rock
Absolutely.
and roll station. I go,
Sure, right.
yeah, let's rock out with some of that Gap Band. You Dropped a Bomb on Me, baby. And then they'd finally, just hang up on me. But I remember making a non-request because they would regularly play Marrakesh Express. And I don't know even...
endlessly.
Yeah.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
See, is it?
Yeah.
It's a fucking horrible song, but they'd play it all the time, every other day. Marrakesh, does you know we're riding? And I go, hey, can I make a
Get on board.
non-request? Can I request you don't play Marrakesh Express today? Can I not send that out to my ex-wife?
Yes.
You don't-
Yeah, I don't think I've ever called in for the request or radio show.
Yeah,
Well, they didn't have phones when you were young.
That's true.
Or radio.
Whoa.
That's true.
we had the rotary dial.
I only recently got ears.
2 Dixie cups and a string. Yep.
Bruce across the street. You haven't met Bruce yet, but when Bingo and I had first moved in here, he sent me an email request to some kind of like AOL chat live. It's kind of like a Skype something. I don't know what it was.
Right.
Where you can talk over the internet. I'm like, he's right there.
Yeah.
If there was an open window in the front, you could break out his front window with a rock without really hurting your arm.
Yeah. You're
So-
back to the Carol Burnett show with the Mississippiegans, and he's
Well,
calling.
that's what
she's
I
right-
said.
I can hear you.
One of those
I'm right
gags
here.
we never got around to doing was I was going to reply to it with a Dixie cup and strings from his door to my door with a note. Your invitation has been accepted. But we never did it.
I think you're talking about before texting and all this stuff that we do take it for granted now. There was Yahoo Messenger and AOL Messenger, and that might have been it because you could have that direct connect.
Whatever it was, obviously I didn't understand it.
Yeah, yeah.
It showed up in my email that we can talk to your neighbor Bruce. What?
Yeah.
And yell at him.
Bruce, did you send me
yell
this?
at him?
We could yell to him without opening a door or a window.
Oh my god.
If you
Yeah. No. The voice, everything carries in this valley.
hey Bruce, yeah.
That would be
There
good enough.
he is.
I got a present.
Oh geez.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
A drum roll.
Yeah. This was given to me the other day. It says, Happy New Year from the Audubon Society. The Audubon Society is, I gather, America's foremost bird appreciation grouping.
Without a doubt.
So I'm quite excited. I don't often get presents when I come to Bisbee.
We're all
Look what it is, people. It's a Yeti Rambler 20 ounce tumbler.
Wow. That is.
It's like I've won a prize.
that is.
And that's
it.
from the Audubon Society.
Apparently, yes, it was given to me by Ggreg Chaille after him and Tom Konopka had been foraging for birds in the nearby San Pedro, sewer,
A riparian belt.
riparian belt
The riparian.
sewer.
There it is.
And this keeps your drink. Now, here's the question I've got, because you've extolled the virtues of the Yeti Rambler containers for a while, Chaille, and my fear is that they keep things too warm.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to pour coffee in here and half an hour later still be waiting for it to get cold that I can take a sip. Is it going to be one of those situations?
Wow.
Is this basically a transcontinental mug? Like, you need to be
Yeah.
going on some sort of crossing state lines.
6 hour
Yeah.
minimum. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure it is.
I mean, obviously, if it's keeping something very cold,
yes, it does. I burned my mouth the first time I drank something
Wow.
hot out of there. Yeah.
it burns your mouth.
Well, I waited what I thought was a requisite amount of time for it to cool down. And it didn't.
I see.
I got turned on to these from the band Black Pussy.
I see.
Who?
The band Black Pussy.
Yeah.
Hey, who's here to give this podcast an infusion of energy but Jobi from the Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool?
He's here.
Jobi.
You take your time.
Jobi.
Joe.
You take your time, get yourself a cocktail.
Disrobing.
And
Well, I would like to say thank you to the Audubon Society of America for this
Absolutely.
gift. I look forward to. So tell us about your ramble, the little thing that you two went on your little date.
oh yeah, Chaille took Tom out. You want to go see the cranes lift off? You want to go down to the San Pedro and look for barn swallows? Whatever.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah. Every barn swallow.
So you went. Wait, listen. You actually went on a guided fucking tour.
Well, yes.
Well-
that's the problem. You can go down to the fucking San Pedro and take the dogs, and they go batshit with the little tiny river. They're so scared of water because they never see it that they treat it like, the first time you throw your cat in a snow pile if you live in New England and they go batshit. Yeah, you could do that. Or you could leave the dogs at home and take a guided tour by old ladies that ramble on. And that's what Chaille likes to do.
Oh, they were sweet.
It was great, right, Tom?
Well, it was great. The whole thing is that we can definitely I would love to go back with the dogs, but not with the guy. But this was reconnaissance.
You can't
We
because
got
you're
Tom
It's
loves
impossible.
everything.
No, Tom
There's
doesn't love
something
everything.
wrong with the guy.
Yeah.
He's happy to meet people.
I know.
Wants to hear their stories.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he just killed himself last night. What happened?
it's every week they
It's a
do this
setup.
at like 9 in the morning.
It really was great.
On a Sunday morning.
On a Saturday morning. And the people that come there are, there's usually like there was one lady who
The New Yorker.
clearly was there because this is the only time she gets to talk to people.
Oh.
She had no interest in what we were doing, and she was just hooking up with someone to talk as they went, which you're supposed to be watching.
And the
You're supposed to-
perfume.
the mammals, the birds.
The mammals.
I was trying to write a bit about this, but I was too angry in the moment. But one of Bingo's many speech therapists over the last month, not one she's with now, which she's very happy with, but was one of those people that knew that she had you locked as an audience by her occupation. So
Yeah.
what she could have done in 15 minutes, she tried to put on this kind of bird watching tour of her own. And I know, and she had her own barbs that you knew she used with every new client. And here's the thing, like, stop trying to force your personality and unwanted social conversations into a medical visit. Just say what you're saying. But I know what you're saying. You had this as a tour guide, or was this just
Well,
someone on the tour?
This was someone on the tour, but
Oh.
she is a repeat customer. But she had no interest in what was she'd get up ahead with the person she's talking to, and she'd look back like, "Come, let's go." It's like this isn't a race. We're trying to see the things around us, and it's being explained by the.
Well,
the
she was saying,
volunteers.
let's go.
Well, she was like, are we gonna get done with this by?
Yeah, the body language.
Yeah.
And she's chewing the gum. Well, she was from Long Island. It's Long Island. And the freaking perfume. It's freaking ridiculous. The birds were flying. Yeah.
Like old
There she
lady
is.
grandma powder.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
But there were
the rest were absolutely
there was
cool.
a couple from
See, I didn't like our dog.
Montreal. There was a couple other people. One other person was decked out, so she was, I
Yeah.
guess, in train or something.
Yeah.
But Tom just slides right into any kind of conversation with anyone, and he had everyone cracking up. Like he would wait. There would be somebody. Oh, there's the green-tailed towhee, and everyone's looking at it, and then Tom would say something, and just fucking everyone starts busting up.
You have to
It was
bite
really
your
good.
tongue on some of these
Oh,
things
yeah.
because it really was something to see. I went on that freaking ghost tour. That was an impossibility. I had to bite my tongue for an hour and a half.
The Bisbee
It was
Ghost
great.
The
It was in
Bisbee
Bisbee.
Ghost Tour, and I'm sure
It
we've
was-
talked
it
about
was-
any town that doesn't
Yeah.
really have
Yeah, this
a
is it.
selling point for tourists is haunted all of a sudden.
everything's haunted.
And they have a ghost tour.
Yeah.
So Tom went on the ghost tour to avoid football, which I don't blame him at all.
Actually, it was a great thing at night to see. I just wanted to see what old Bisbee was like, lit up while the Christmas lights. You know, it's still beautiful. But all those walks behind all those houses, because I was always looking, where do these houses? How do you access these? The step, we got 1,000 steps, but they're endless thousands. But then all the stories, and the people, it was about a dozen of them, and I could tell most of the people there were buying
Old
it.
Bisbee is like a Rube Goldberg contraption
Oh, absolutely.
if a silver ball had feet and could climb
Took
steps.
the words right out of my mouth. No, but it was great. But the whole, have you been on it, Chaille?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going
you
there
sneer
intending.
at that when you went along to see a thing about fucking bush warblers.
Bush warblers. Well, we saw the great blue heron.
We did.
Oh,
We did.
Who decided it was great? The heron, I bet.
No, it was the green, what was it, Thule? What's
the towhee.
The towhee.
Green-tailed towhee.
the green-tailed towhee.
Birds are the
was
least
fun.
interesting animals
Oh,
in the
I
animal
disagree.
kingdom.
It wasn't just birds.
Come
it was
on.
I used to be an
Disagree.
ornithologist when I was a kid, and I fucking regret every second of it.
ornithologist.
Of quitting? You
No,
should've
of
stuck with
fucking
it.
doing it. I was in the British fucking Ornithological Trust. I was in the RSPB. I fucking birds. They're so fucking boring.
That's why he hates his own
Wow.
homosexuality
I guess.
so vehemently.
Penguins are good.
Hi-oh.
I can't fault a penguin.
No, go back to the swallows. Hi-oh.
Did you ever see a penguin shit?
Or a cockatoo.
No.
Stop.
A
penguin
I
shit.
use that
Disgusting.
analogy as though other people have seen it, but one of the few times I've been to a zoo, a penguin shits like a redneck spits tobacco chew in a farcical movie where just arcing, where you could hit 10 feet away, ting, and it just is arcing wet shit.
Arcing shits.
Arcing wet
Yeah.
shots.
So
Pating.
I appreciate the penguin.
Yeah, I don't see how you can not appreciate a penguin.
They had a couple of penguins at the Hilton Hawaiian Village in Honolulu.
I thought you were going to say the sad picture. I was going to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and they were chewing tobacco.
Oh, we should be those tourists that go to fucking Antarctica and steal a penguin, like they get alligators and smuggle them back from fucking Florida Everglades and put penguins down at the sandpit just to fuck with people.
Or just get a couple of penguin outfits and step out from behind a bush. Like Trigger Happy TV.
Yeah.
No, but if you put in this weather, a penguin could live for a little while.
That's conceivable.
Penguins lived in Hawaii.
And it would be like the New York alligator story where a penguin came up through my toilet and bit my balls. Urban legend of Bisbee. And that would be more true than a fucking ghost tour that Tom went on. Back to your ghost tour.
Yeah. But
So
no, but the funny thing about it is, as I'm listening to it, I'm just visualizing, because I was on my way home. The mining museum where Uphill Dave was, there was 20 people standing there, and it's late at night, and it was cold as fuck. And I said, "What is this? Is this you're going to church?" I had a nice little light that Mr. Hennigan gifted me. So I was
your
illuminating.
mag light.
Yeah, I was illuminating.
you get your
the
dead
steps.
eye and your mag light, knowing that you shouldn't drive after dark, but it's dark. But you get your mag light in the other eye.
Yeah, but you visualize. I'm picturing, because it's a set
You
pattern
have to
where they
picture
go.
because you can't see.
But now I have the illumination. It would be great to set it up where people could jump out and people could be behind and really make it an animated ghost tour.
Well,
Oh,
a
it would
legal
fucking be so-
situation.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's
you
the
can make
sheet.
it a huge liability.
Yeah, it's the sheet. Oh,
Just a little
it's fun.
imagination.
It was.
We'll lie to them and scare them to death.
Yeah, yeah. It was. It is funny. They're so.
They
believe
They
this.
pretend to believe it.
Oh, some of them
They
do.
sell it.
Yeah. Oh, it's the whole thing is a complete.
No, the person
sell.
guiding the tour. Yeah, that's.
Oh no, they
don't believe shit.
Oh no,
No,
this one.
they've got the workup. They've
No.
got the sheet.
They have
and
a
what if they
script
ask
like
this?
we did in
Oh no, yeah,
telemarketing.
no,
Yeah.
I know. She, believe me, she had all these pictures. If you look in the window, past the mirror, and then see the reflection in the mirror past the window, what do you see? And the people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's a Rorschach test. It's the little kid. He was there in 1924 when the building
I
burned
see
down.
it.
It's all
I see it.
Yeah, it's a pure suggestion.
Yeah, if you blur your eyes.
Yeah, it's back to that. It is.
Mr. Magoo.
But I was the only one with the light, and it was in the darkness. So she's passing out these things. No one has lights, and I'm moving it around like a strobe. Oh yeah, I can see it. There he is. It's Jeremiah. That's actually the guy's
if you
name.
drink
Jeremiah.
this
That's the
tincture
guy's. This tincture. Yeah.
that has not been
was fun.
accredited by the FDA and sign this waiver, eventually you're going to see something in that mirror.
But Chaille's talking about wiring, Tom, not for drug dealing purposes.
No, okay.
But because he wants to sort of capture these magnificent conversations Tom has with people.
With
Yes.
peeps. It is fun.
If you
it is
follow at Tom Konopka
No.
on Twitter. Wait.
At real.
At real
Yeah.
Tom
Because
Konopka.
there's some fucking asshole Tom Konopka out there who's all like,
Oh no, I got that
Thank
one.
you for clarifying.
I got it. Yeah, I'm saving
Yeah.
it for something.
It does look different at night, though.
But no, Tom.
I did want to say
Tom does videotapes of Bisbee, little short chunks of videos.
that. Yeah, it was for me. I'm going blind. I have
So,
nothing else. I
but
can
follow
see it now
at
and listen
real
later.
Tom Konopka, Konopka, and you see Tom's Bisbee that I've never seen, nor would I.
Yeah, you said I've seen more of it in
he's
1
like-
month than you have in 11.5 years. Or was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
he's like the Cochise Studs Terkel.
No. Oh, I like that one. What was the other guy's name? Hauser?
Huell Hauser.
Yeah. Oh, I never even heard of the guy, but now I looked him up. Yeah, he's great.
fantastic.
Yeah, wow.
Travels
look at
with
that.
Tommy.
But someone suggested
It lends
walking the
itself
dogs
to it.
with Tom.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
he showed me one of his early videos of walking the dogs, where we tell him where we walk the dogs, and I'm like, this is like the old story about my mother showing me pictures of her cats. Well,
Yeah.
the cats are
Yeah.
right there. I can look out the window and see that.
Tom, they're right there.
But no, he's giving commentary, which he's already giving me while he shows me the video. And we can skip
Back
the
to the
video
book.
part. Tracy just showed up.
Hey,
Now we have
There she is.
Now we have an audience of
Yeah.
people not listening.
Clearly, she's waiting for her wandering warrior to come home.
ooh,
Oh my God. Last night when she showed up, I was ready to leave. And then she started pouring shots.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, last night got out of hand.
Yeah, last night was a night.
Yeah.
A great
See,
night.
Doug, you go at 7:45. That's
Yeah.
like when like regular people start drinking.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the,
but I'm
the
writing
inference,
a book
I know,
that I have
I know.
to drink
Also,
to write.
he's
Yeah.
also been awake since 7.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true, too,
exactly.
yeah.
He wakes up drinking and writing, and seven. That's his midnight.
Well, I just
Basically.
I mean, I just don't usually drink at 4 p.m, and that's why it happens later.
Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah,
you're not writing a
you're
book.
right.
There it is. Yeah.
And I have to write the next day, so I can't hang out with you guys. And I don't feel like I missed out ever. I just come in early, and you shuffle out of doors and rooms and places, going, fuck. So yeah,
Like a grumpy ghost tour.
I want to
Ooh,
stay
there's an
later,
idea. The
but I
grumpy-
go home knowing I have to write, and then wake up going, "Oh, I'm glad I only was writing drunk rather than drinking drunk." Yeah, fuck, I didn't even see the end of the. I went home for the end of the Pittsburgh Chiefs game.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was asleep by the time it was over.
Yeah.
Did you? I think you called me last night, and you tried to explain something to me, and then you just gave up.
You called me last night.
Okay, so he was on it. He got up for a little while, and I could not understand what you were saying. I'm like, I'm not even gonna. It would be like writing down like words out of like
Gibberish.
yeah. And then you finally realized that you didn't know where it was going, and he said, "I'm just gonna stop." And then he hung up the phone.
I remember what you said. We'll talk about it later.
What was it regarding?
Writing.
Oh, of course.
This was with me. It was something else. It was, well, you're gonna do that thing, and there was no real nouns. It was like you were just talking about like we had just hung up the phone and you were going to continue the conversation. I still don't know what it was.
A lot of
Don't know.
verbs.
Yeah.
Don't know. That's the problem when you take Xanax
Yeah.
to sleep. You go, okay, I went right to sleep. No, there was a few beats between sleep and memory. We go, I might have made a few phone calls, but
Yeah.
not ambient bad.
No, I'm being bad. And then also, I mean, I was saying the other night, I thought I had gone to bed, and when I was talking to you the next day, I had this sudden recollection of ordering a lot of Lego sets online. And true enough, that's what I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
The architecture ones, not the dumb ones for kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, because
Bat-
The
Mobile?
Frank Lloyd Wright, the
all that,
ritzy ones.
all that time that you have working on my career, you could be making Legos, and not the dumb kind, the kind that take a lot of time.
The Hearst Mansion.
the Hearst Mansion would be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're booked
Write it
at the
down.
Hearst Mansion. Or was that just a fantasy while I was building?
Here's a replica of you walking up the steps of the Hearst Mansion.
Your head's quite blocky.
But you're remarkably resilient to wind.
The face.
Legos are not aerodynamic whatsoever.
But they're stuck to the fucking board though, so they don't fall over.
Oh, I see.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
If the planet was like that, we would all get along much better.
Alrighty
At
then.
some point, I had a couple thank yous written down on a blue pad that Chaille moved to put all his rainbow-colored gatherings.
You asked me to bring those books.
I know, but I had a blue pad it had a blue
Not when
notepad.
not when I came in. It wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Right next to your drink.
No, Kenny
Right next to
Kenny
your drink
brought he took my pad to figure out because the whole
He's doing the
blind draw
powers.
pool got fucked up, so he used my pad. All right.
Retabulated.
Hi, Amy. Enjoy your gift from Seth Brashears. Now, here's the problem. I pulled this out and put this in the podcast notepad but I didn't write down what the gift was. Oh, wait. Oh, it's the harmonica. Someone sent Bingo a turquoise harmonica.
Ah,
It was very
well, that's
nice.
cool.
And she forgot where she put it, evidently, or I'd be waking up to it every morning. Thank you, Bingo and Seth Brashears, for sending and forgetting. Brian. Oh, I have a note for Brian.
What?
Oh, Lee in Houston. Yeah, I got you. Wink. It says, I have a note from when you first got here about the Trump confirmation hearing. That's the note. Brian, Trump confirmation hearing. You were really fucked up that night.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, he had the coffee, the vodka coffee.
Yeah, I was pretty drunk.
Yeah, you showed up drunk.
I was showed up drunk because Derek picked me up at the airport, and I was already drunk when I got on the plane in fucking LA, and it didn't
that
get
was
better.
bad.
And then I made him stop to get a half bottle of that New Amsterdam vodka,
That's-
which I then poured into coffee. That I made him stop at a number of 7-Elevens or Circle K's on the way back. So I
How do you
showed up
buy a half bottle?
because that's what they sell in the Circle K at the
Small
airport.
bottle.
Do you not call it,
It was-
a half bottle?
Well, no, I would assume a half
It's
bottle
thir-
means it's half full.
Yeah.
No.
You bought
Or-
a full bottle that's a smaller size. It wasn't a 750 mil.
Exactly, it was like 37.5 mil.
Yeah.
So therefore it's-
like a pint.
Yeah.
All right.
Like a flat, like a
Half
traveler
bottle
flask. Yeah.
makes it sound like our local convenience stores sell you stuff that they found in the rubbish that no one finished.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I think anyways, a half bottle.
Drink it down to the line.
Yes.
And then give it back.
Like the nephew from Caddyshack was drinking half
Spalding.
drinks.
Or Bingo eating half chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever did thank the person that sent Bingo these very exquisite chocolates that had artwork done into the chocolate. And she just ate half of one, a bite off of there, the size of a Thin Mint, you know, whatever that brand.
That's what that was.
Yeah. And she just bit off the quarter of it to see if they were caramel. There's probably 36 in a box. And every one of them had a bite taken out because she wanted caramel and nothing else, but tried every single one. And then I put it out at football,
Yeah.
and they got 8. You go, hey, here's a special treat for you. Shit, Bingo already chewed a corner off of.
It's even better. The next morning, I went to kind of cleaning up. I saw that, and I opened it up, saying, "What is this chocolate?" And there was just 2 of them left, and they had the teeth mark. Bite on one side, bite on the other, and the same. Bite on one side. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like, okay, maybe I get a oh, okay. No, boy, it must have been great. But that's what it was. I said, who the fuck would do that and put it back? Well, of course.
It was
Of course,
there's
her.
Bingo.
She has the right to do that.
Everyone knows
some
it's
visitor.
Bingo. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'm gonna say that'd be a horrible thing. But
Do you have a cocktail over there, Bingo? Bingo's gonna make.
Ooh.
Oh.
Can we watch? We have the honor of watching.
Oh
this.
no! She's gonna make. Both Tom and
mixologist.
Bingo are gonna take turns making.
What?
BlueApron.com. That's our sponsor.
Hi-yo.
Oh.
Blue Apron.
Yes. .com.
Listen, here's how Blue Apron works. Blue Apron touts themselves as being the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country.
Wow.
Now, again, I like to fact check. What is that rating system? I know when Casey Kasem said, and this week's #1 song on America's Top 40, where is the listings for the number 2, 3, 5, 15, 40 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery services in the country list? But I'm going to take your word for it because you're giving us money.
Yes.
This is what Blue Apron does. They send you food, gourmet, fresh ingredient shit that you can make at your house. Why would I need to do that? I could go to the grocery store. Well, see stamps.com, lines, etc.
Yeah.
Come on. See. Don't worry, he's cutting all this. I'm watching him edit in his head.
So have you tried Blue Apron?
No, it's coming.
Oh.
And then both Tom and Bingo are going to make these exquisite meals that they send you. Here's what they do is they send you all the fresh ingredients for a nice meal for under $10 a person.
How much?
Well, when we go out, especially if you go out with me when I get drunk and over tip, this doesn't include the Manhattans and old fashions and shit that I would order at a restaurant. But this is still a gourmet meal for under $10 a head that they send you all the exact ingredients for. So, like, if I was trying to read a recipe, sometimes I try to cook. Usually I do crock pot. So, if I'm going to try to cook something nice for a few of us, and I read a recipe, I would get to, I need a half teaspoon of cumin. And I don't have fucking cumin. I don't have any friends I can call and say, do you have cumin? Just like a half teaspoon measure of cumin. And I'm not going to drive all the way to Safeway while other shit's cooking on the stove. Yeah, this has cumin in it. You got the cumin right there.
Everything.
And not a whole thing of cumin that you'd get at Safeway going, why do I have cumin? Why are my cupboards overloaded with shit I don't even know what it means? And then when I served it to people, of course, they're going to say, oh, this is a fantastic meal. And you know that if it sucked, they're going to lie and say it's great anyway.
Yeah.
And if it was great, I would say, but what if I had cumin in it? Maybe it's not as great as it could be because I didn't put the cumin in.
Yes.
Are they going to call me out on social media as a cumin hoarder? Yeah, you get your fucking cumin with blueapron.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cumulative effect.
You send exactly the shit you need
Everything.
to make a perfect dinner. And they also have, here's some things. In the bullet points, they say
bullet points.
impact on the community. Blue Apron can be delivered to 99% of the continental U.S. and 99.5% of food deserts.
What's a food desert, Doug?
A food desert, I thought you're the one who explained this to me. I thought a food desert was places like Detroit where they have no like inner city.
Like no neighborhood
There's a different word for that.
All right, then I'll shut up. Because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient, including cumin, I'm guessing, required for a recipe, they're reducing food waste. When I saw impact on the community as a bullet point, I wondered how Hennigan would sell me the same way if it was a corporate thing where you go, hey, they just sent you a bunch of fucking food so you know how to make it. No, here's Doug Stanhope's impact on the community. Should you decide to book Doug Stanhope, he will, A, raise the level of awareness on social matters such as this and that and this. He will bring his own cumin. So yeah, they do a lot of shit for the community that you don't care about. I know my audience. Shut up, Blue Apron. I know who I'm selling to. Those who spend lots at restaurants or high-end grocery chains can now spend under $10 per person on a delicious meal.
Under $10.
Yeah, under $10. Remember when we used to
That's
take
impressive.
chicks to, what was the, wasn't the saying, it's the Landmark.
The Landmark.
The
Hotel and
Landmark
Casino.
in Vegas.
Yes. Right by the Hilton.
Was that on the strip?
It was like the
Off the
Space
strip on
Needle.
Paradise, yeah.
It was fashioned
Exactly,
like that.
right, exactly.
And at the top, you would have the rotating,
Yeah.
and you could take a
great.
chick because it's a casino for $3.99.
Yeah.
You could get a London broil
Exactly.
or a fish so for fucking nothing, you
Yeah.
could look like you're a big dollar dude.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can do that
Yeah.
with a Blue Apron. Act like you cook like this all the time.
Yes.
Have the ingredients, and for under $10, You can go, why would we go to that 5-star Zagat guy douchebag place where you wait 2 months for a reservation when I can make the, hang on, let me read my brochure. Honey, I'm going to get you these spicy shrimp Korean rice cakes with cabbage and fruakaki. You do like fruakaki.
Who
baby.
doesn't like a nice fluorokaki?
Fruity. Not a fruity cocky.
Wow, this guy, he's
He's a player.
He's got some fruity cocky.
I knew he'd been around, but he's making me furikake.
hey, little ISIS lady, I know that you don't like pork chops, but wait till you try the blueapron.com pork chops with garlic, piccata, and scallion rice and spinach. Making it at my place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit me.
Maybe that's how we get them out of Aleppo.
Well, that is another thing that they do deliver to 99% of the continental U.S. and 99.5% of food deserts. How did Osama bin Laden stay alive in those caves for so many years? Blue Apron.
There it is.
Yep. 99.5, including Afghanistan caves. All right.
The Tora Bora Caves.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Do mention the fact that your first 3 meals are free. You sign up for it, and if you don't like the way it goes down, then you just cancel. But that's
Boy,
3 free meals.
I generally close on that, but thanks for shouting out my closing bit in the middle of my set.
He was helping.
It's affordable. There's a variety. Variety. I wanted to go back and just mention that this is the shit that Bingo and I hate on the road. Because they mentioned some of their upcoming meals. Mm-hmm. And mushroom and chipotle pepper enchiladas with lime sour cream. I fucking love enchiladas. But when we eat at fancy-ass places, they always have to fuck up one little thing. Sour cream you enjoy on an enchilada. Why do you have to make it lime sour cream? I know this won't hurt your business, Blue Apron. There's only a few people that enjoy nothing like we do. We enjoy just staples. If you just had Velveeta and crackers that are a bit stale, but you were going to deliver them to me, I'm buying. Absolutely. But if I'm at a restaurant and you have just one little thing, like lime sour cream. Hey, can I get the sour cream without the lime? It's already mixed in, sir. All right. Can I scrape it off?
Yes, sour cream.
All right. It's affordable. Variety recipes are not repeated within a year, so you'll never get bored. Wow. Well, you got me as a customer because I don't expect to live a year. Flexible. There's no weekly commitment. You only get the deliveries that you want. And if you forget that a delivery was coming and you forgot to cancel, just go, fuck off. I have cancer, man. No one argues with cancer.
Nobody.
That's not in the read.
No, I don't think so.
That.
You're that good.
Each meal easy. This is the selling point I need to hit for my audience. Easy. Each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card and pre-portioned ingredients and can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. So you can start drinking at the beginning and still not be quite drunk by the time you eat it. Easy.
Easy
Easy.
peasy.
Well, we're gonna see. Tom's gonna cook some. Bingo's gonna cook some. Doug, this is a good way to expand your.
I can't wait.
You can move away from the crock pot a little bit and maybe get into the furikake or pork chops.
No.
It's always back to the
I have,
furikake.
after 25 years plus in this business, I can delineate. if fucking Stern was reading this, yeah, Benji is making the fucking Blue Apron. Yes.
Got
if
it.
Bingo can make Blue Apron and we eat it, and this is how we do it. First, we test it on the football crowd, who you can just pour canned chili over leftover rice cakes that Bingo never ate, and put a highfalutin sounding name on it.
Yeah.
And go, oh, have you tried Bingo's chili a la rice cake? And they go, oh, it's really good. How's she doing anyway? She doing good? This doesn't taste like brain damage whatsoever.
The football crowd did eat half-eaten chocolates.
Yes,
Not
they
very
did.
discriminating.
So yeah, there's a freshness guarantee, which you know my crowd. They want it fresh. Nah, you fucking eat garbage. So call to action. Must read. Hey, this is a must read.
CTA, everyone stand up.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free. No such thing as a free lunch. Bullshit.
Free breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And free shipping by going to blueapron.com/Stanhope. You're going to love how good it feels and tastes to create home-cooked meals with Blue Apron that you pretended that you knew how to cook yourself on your own to impress a chick. Oh, yeah, no, I always make fresh fruikake. Fruitakake was a furikake. Oh, no. It's pronounced a lot of different ways in the Spanish language. Furikake's not Spanish. That sounds like Japanese. Is that a mushroom? I don't know. It's over on the fucking corner of the plate, lady. Blow me.
Oh, Mr. Bimbles, I think we're going to go home.
That's blueapron.com/Stanhope. How do I spell furikake? Don't spell furikake. Spell Stanhope after the slash. /Stanhope.
Furikake.
Is there cumin? Just enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to end it?
I'm going to segue this into Tom with his thank you.
Oh.
And Tom, you have your own sponsor.
Yeah, I have my own story. No, you had said something. You and Chaille had said people can just write and put a hi Tom on whatever their letter or box or whatever. And I've gotten a couple highs, and don't touch that. And Catherine Martin, thank you so much, Catherine. And then I got today from Joanna Cantor, Sweet Velvet Soap, natural handmade soap. And it was great. It was peppermint. And Doug immediately said, get that away from me. It smells good. And
Well, I walked in because here where we do the podcast in the
All natural.
FunHouse, Tom just leaves the mail at everyone's regular seat. And right here, the whole thing the bar was spread out with soap that smelled
I wanted to see what you
like
were
soap. And
I knew Doug would flip. It's great. Stop. I don't take a shower but once a month, Tommy. Get that away from me. So, yeah.
it was
Thank you. It was actually great.
it was a reminder of I'm unclean. So I bagged it up
Yeah.
and I smeared the bar with garbage.
We're back to normal.
Catherine Martin's that lady you took the picture with in New York.
Yeah, she's a sweet person.
Remember, we're in
Oh, wait.
Pret a Manger, and I took your picture.
Oh, all right. I was going to be a sarcastic cunt and go, oh, the person I took a picture with after a show in the biggest city in America?
That
Of
narrows
course
it
I
down.
remember,
Yeah.
but I do.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in Pret a Manger where we ate against my will because it gives me flashbacks of the UK because they're on every corner like Starbucks there. But sometimes you have to cave in and eat a boxed sandwich from the fucking place. But yeah, she was a nice lady.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you both.
Well, I didn't know. How would fucking Hennigan's, you're on top of everything.
He's got the memories.
Yep. That's all he has is memories because there ain't no future coming out of this business.
Hi-yo!
Those were the days.
Hey, there it
That's
is.
for you.
Thank you, Dougley.
All right, Tommy, you got a story for us to close this out? Because I know you have a fucking list of stories. I don't know if I put you on the spot right now.
I don't know. There's
Wait,
stories.
hang on.
Time for it?
You take your time because Jobi
No,
has some death pool.
let him get something relevant. Stories are schmores right now.
Do you have?
Yeah, hop in.
All right.
Death
We
ball
ain't
time.
live.
No.
No, we close on Tommy.
Oh, Jesus. Ichabod. What a great place to sit, right beneath the stool.
Yeah.
Great news, kids. The much neglected merch page on my much neglected website has been taken over by Ggreg Chaille. So we have tour t-shirts, podcast t-shirts. We have Pop-Off Vodka Presents t-shirts. Get them before we get sued, before we get the cease and desist. And a whole shitload of CDs and DVDs that span a lifetime. A sad, tragic, bloated lifetime of my fucking horrible thoughts and pontifications. So help me get that shit out of my crawl space. Thanks for that. And now, back to the podcast, previously recorded. Jobi, as we've gone over, at this time of year, just spends all day where all of you death pool aficionados are digging deep. Oh, this guy's gonna die, but is he really a celebrity? Yeah, he played ping pong in the 40s, and he was a champion at his school and broke a record in Bangladesh.
This is perfect. What I started doing today, I actually set it up as a private Twitter page where only a few people can get in, and I just post polls on petitions,
nice.
wiki link, yes, no. Serbian Mike actually came up with that because I wanted to do a standalone website, kind of thing. He's like, just do Twitter polls on a private thing.
That's clever.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and it's so far it's great.
So,
But
well, I don't know what a Twitter poll is, but it's like you have only certain people that can get to it, like it's a private page.
it's a private page, standalone private page, and so I have to approve people to get in and actually see it.
And they're not cunts. They're going to say, oh, this person needs, this person, no on this one.
I'm not just going to let
Okay.
anyone in.
Yeah.
It's got to
All
be, I really have to kind of select people to come in.
Kind of like what we did the other night,
Exactly.
sitting in the living room. Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'll
that's
show you
great.
the page,
Yeah.
but so far it's worked out great because I do, the thousands of petitions I put my eyes on every year. This is, something's got to end. So it's perfect.
Hennigan and Konopka would actually be good guys to have on that because neither of them, they won't play, and they're both scrutinizing, calculating people. Like Hennigan will,
Like you said, Hennigan will say no to everyone.
No, it wouldn't.
no.
You just said no to him.
Hennigan will have a full dissertation as though he were in a court of law to defend why he said yes or no. He put a lot of thought into it.
I had a couple of emails from several, a couple of different guys that heard the last podcast and said, well, yeah, if you need somebody, all right. And so I bounced a few ideas off of one guy. He's great, Australian. I need an Australian guy, because I don't know any of that. The other guy was like, oh, I'm an expert in racing. Any kind of racing, Grand Prix, Formula One, whatever you want. Okay, great. I get about 12 of those a year. That's awesome. But I'll keep you in mind. And then all of a sudden,
You
I get
realize
about-
he's from a third world and he's talking about racism. I'm an expert in racism, but my English wasn't so good.
Yeah, I like that.
say
I like that
racism?
Grand Prix racism. That's
but he said, yeah, I'll help you out with that. But then I got 3 or 4 racing petitions immediately.
From him.
Okay, so I'm not saying that he actually did that, but coincidence, maybe not. So I have to actually be careful of who I let in, and it's got to be someone I know. I really need UK guys that know soccer, football.
If we only knew one.
Is
Hello.
Hack
If we only knew
Oddity,
one.
is he doing it? Well, he
What's that?
plays
Who's that?
Hack Oddity.
He does petitions, so I send him over, bunches, but I could use a couple more, So, if you know anybody or any of your listeners you're familiar with, absolutely, email me at reaper@dscdp.com, and that's my email, and I'll
Or
bet
just
ya.
tweet you.
At Stanhope CDP.
Yeah.
But so the big one we got going on right now, and it's been massive. We have from last year to this year, and we're only 2 days into the season. We've got a 20% increase in people playing, and we're only 2 days into the season.
Wow.
From end of last year to this, so we're doing pretty good. People are joining up, and we're doing fantastic. So the new one that we're giving away, if you,
I don't want to put you on the spot because I hate this in an interview. What's the most least? But can you think of anyone that you had to really consider? Is that a celebrity or not? Because that's your job. I mean, at the end of the day, as Bingo likes to say all the time, at the end of the day, it's your decision if someone. I know you hate that. I was saying that because you can't yell out. She hates anyone who says at the end of the day.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, she can fuck herself. Can you think of anyone this year that actually, that you had to deny after consternation? I found some that were. There's a comedian that's dying of cancer. I showed you. His name's Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones, I've denied probably a dozen times because he's only famous for being sick.
We started
That's
that
it.
rule.
Yeah, he's out.
You can't
Sorry.
be famous because you're dying, and that's how he became famous. Once he had terminal cancer, he wanted to be a comedian, and then he got on Ellen because of it, not because of his comedy, but and he got an HBO special because he was
Not
a
'cause of his
comedian that was
talent.
dying.
Yeah.
Make a wish.
It's like, no, this guy, I get responses back. No, this guy is definitely famous. No, he definitely has cancer. That's it. That's where it ends. He's not talented. His talent didn't get him to that
Well,
point.
yeah.
But
Well, I asked Jobi the other day when I was trying to do any kind of research while I'm doing this. During football, I give myself football day off, and instead of actually watching football on Saturday, I was doing Death Pool, and this year's bonus is politicians. And I'm just gonna front load the fucking usual Jimmy Carters. I looked up Gary Hart. He's still spry, seemingly. But I said, what about like Clint Eastwood, who was a mayor of Carmel by the Sea? No, he's famous for being Clint Eastwood. He happened to do that. So they have to be famous for the bonus of politician.
all right, this is a big one that came out last year. I denied this guy called Pierce Sellers. He's an astronaut, okay? British guy. Been up
How
in
do you
space.
deny an astronaut?
All right, this is the thing. There are hundreds of astronauts, okay, that have been to space worldwide. This is a global game, okay? If I approve him for just going up into space, doing his job, and coming back, I got to approve them all, okay? Now,
I would say every fucking astronaut is definitely.
I disagree. He's just doing his job, and that's it. If he goes to space and does something notable, if he's in the International Space Hall of Fame, sure, he's a lock. He's in.
I think that's sound.
See?
But that's why it just comes down to personal opinion, which is site-wide. He decides, you petition. If he says no, he says no.
Not anymore. That's coming up, which, my opinion, should mean shit when it comes to this. I don't want...
But there's no way to gauge celebrity. It's not like
It's subjective.
HIV where you test positive or
But
don't.
there is a way to gauge any fact, and that's basically what you're trying to do is Wikipedia the whole situation. Wikipedia is a self-regulating system, and that's kind of what Jobi seems to be aiming for.
And the fact that I will have a group of people that can all weigh in, and then it's over. The group decided. Fuck off. We're done. Instead of me making that call, which is really unfair because it's so subjective.
And if that discussion of the astronauts comes up, you would throw in your, opinion that, well, if you authenticate one, you have to authenticate them all.
Yeah.
And then the group of wise people
That's
decide.
why this year, and I haven't finished my 20, I'm trying to stay, unless I find someone. The big letdown with Deathpool is when you find someone you think, oh, no one knows this one. And then and I hate to bother you when you're doing all these petitions, because if they're not in the database, you have to send in, this person is famous, with a link to a website why they should be in the database. And I know if they're not in the database, I'm bothering Jobi even more. But if they are in the database, someone already found them. So that one guy, I found it. Fuck, someone already has him. But hopefully not in our league.
Yeah, probably not, because there's, it's pretty thin on our league so far this season. But
at some point we're gonna have to let more people in. But we gotta vet them for being We have to have people we know, because we're betting.
But I love...
It's not through the site. Our gambling is private, and fuck yourself.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that I'm getting hammered with petitions, because that shows that so many more people are playing. And that's why we had to go with, hey, we need to find a new way of doing petitions, because I'm just buried. And if I can get a group together and make the decision for me, I'm good. So,
I like
that's
that.
perfect. We'll probably cap petitions like Chaille recommended. He's like, hey, why don't you make it so only a person can petition 3 or 5 people a month, and that's it. They can't slam you with 20, 30, 50 petitions at a time. Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. That's going to be...
That makes sense.
Because you get slammed all at the end of the year or the beginning of the new season.
It's 3 months of nonstop, like 8-10 hours a day.
So you spread it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
and they're bitching about fucking $3.99 to getting the killer termites or whatever.
Which is still rolling in a lot. And
someone emailed me today about, hey, I'm trying to get the petition for... I go, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm just a beautiful face on the posters on every bus in Las Vegas.
Well, that's it. To join Killer Termites, it's $2.99, $3. If you already play in another league, another funeral home, all right, it's $4.99. It's $5 if you just want to join that one and you don't want to play anywhere else. A one-time shot. So for Killer Termites, that funeral home, we're going to give away a 44-inch smart TV for first place, a tablet for second place, and then third place will be a bunch of merch. Just T-shirts and what we got.
And we'll throw in some Stanhope merch too.
Second prize should have been a set of steak knives.
Third prize, you're fired.
Only if you guess the reference do you get the steak knives for second place.
So join up. It's for, even at the most, at $5 for a year of entertainment and a shot at getting a TV. That's nothing.
And
Absolutely
not having
nothing.
to do math.
Yep. And
where do I stand? I haven't looked at the website. Don't worry, we got you.
Yeah, Manson's dying. Valerie Harper.
Just gave away 2 of mine.
No, those are easy ones.
I know, but
I
let's see.
thought it started. So how are you still picking?
No, we haven't started. We pushed
our
ours
own
back.
personal league.
okay.
We had to push back because he has to work.
And there are, if anyone out there still wants to join up, there are tons of leagues to start up. You just do a funeral home search, and if you want to start your own, go for it. You can start any time of the year.
You pick the time that you actually start, so you can push it back a little bit.
You can push it back as far as you want to go.
Still goes to midnight of New Year's.
Yeah,
our time.
Arizona. Yeah, and you can set your league to your actual time. Your
time zone.
Who?
Oh, you changed that?
Who is the angriest customer or guest you've ever had? Who is somebody who fucking would not take your judgment? Was there anybody?
Who's a dick?
Yeah, somebody who
by name
not by name, just like what was it? What was it about? Who fucking lost it and flipped the table?
It was. It will be like why I need someone like you. It's on soccer players.
Really?
Where. The wiki page won't have any stats on them. It'll just say, oh, well, they're, notable in this country for being the best soccer player of that country. Well, yeah, fuck off. And they'll argue with me. over and over again about it.
Why
I'm like,
specifically?
Well, why is he famous? Send me something. Well, you can't come up
Yeah,
with
that
anything?
would
All
be
right,
Brian.
Fuck off.
Brian will go, I have too much to do this. But if you actually email him and say, oh, is this soccer player famous? He'll blow off anything about my career and go, well, no, that fucking cunt, he was a one and done back when he went to Swansea, and then he was shipped back to where he fucking belongs in Belgrade, and now you never hear of. He had one good play that was repeated in a sports blooper reel, and
But see, I'd let him in if he's in a sports blooper reel. That'd be like, here's the guy that fucking killed the referee with his back heel.
baited back into the argument
Yeah.
with a few champagnes.
I'll fight the lawyers.
Yeah.
All right.
So email me at reaper@dscdp.com or follow me at Stanhope CDP. Let me know if Stanhope knows
And let
you.
me quickly, if you're already in the death pool, the spite team,
Spite picks.
the
Yeah.
spite picks are specifically for people that everyone would rejoice in being dead, not that should be dead.
No Betty
That's
Whites.
Just for you don't bet on that. You're just all going in, and I woke up this morning going, oh, I saw 4 spite picks on the TV I flipped through. No, they're not going to die, but if they do die, we can all celebrate. So don't put fucking Valerie Harper. You don't hate Valerie Harper. You fucking trying to win, find a loophole, cunt.
Yeah.
This
Last
is-
year,
this is
everyone
where
tried
we-
to cheat, and no, it
There's
doesn't
no
work.
prize.
The point of that is to go through everyone's list and be like, oh, that guy sucks. I'm glad that someone picked him.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it.
But
It's supposed
so
to be
many
fun.
people just pick people that should die, and like you can't possibly hate what's his name that finally died.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah. Alan Rickman, okay.
The
Bring a friend.
fish from
Abe
Barney.
Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda. No one hates Abe Vigoda. Spite picture people. We all cumulatively, or maybe you just want that person to die.
Nancy
but it's-
Grace, a Bill Maher, throw it in there.
Yeah. I ain't throwing out mine because I got. Oh my God! I think I have 5 from sports, ESPN
Spite picks?
spite picks that are all sports, TV, Fox Sports, or yeah.
Oh, Trump has got almost 400 picks, and they're
I'm
still
scared to
homes
put
locking
Trump
down
in my regular death pool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think everyone is putting him on their list, no matter if it's a spite pick or just thinking that he's gonna get popped.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I mean, there are tons of people picking Trump. So
Well, let's reiterate because I probably will put Trump in my regular ones. You cannot kill your picks.
yep, you're out.
That's one of the
All right, it's been
top
said.
rules.
It's been said.
You cannot kill your picks.
You'll lose your points.
You'll lose the TV.
You can't win the tablet. You cannot win the tablet.
You know what? You might be like the guy that shot Reagan and get out so you can finally meet Jodie Foster, but you're not going to win the money. And that's what this is all about. Pride and winning the Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool. We'll be right back after this with a closing story from Tom Konopka. Hey people, do you like porn? YouPorn. It's a new site where you can watch porn of every flavor and every fetish for how much, Jobi?
1 cent?
Free!
No!
Free! You can go and look at pornography of all depths, lengths, and widths. You want it hotter or larger? Just hit the search engine. YouPorn. They have porn. It has men and women all on equal footing. That's right. Do you like to see a 29-minute version or a minute and 30 seconds?
As long as it's smelly.
It can be smelly. It can not be smelly. At DougStanhope.com, we'll have scratch and sniff guards to make your YouPorn smelly or not smelly. You call the odor.
Scratch, square, C.
porn free. Sorry, I stole Tom Konopka's joke because he's off mic. All right, go to YouPorn, and you know what? When you run out of your fetish there, try Pornhub, RedTube, all the other porn sites, and if you type in YouPorn/Stanhope, it will be free. Viruses do not apply. All right, you ready, Tommy?
Tommy! Rock on, Tommy!
Just something, I don't know, short and sweet. You guys are, even like the whole death pool, which I haven't figured out, whenever he's ready. Hello.
And now, stories from a freshly soaped Tom Konopka.
Peppermint soap.
Peppermint soap.
Yeah, the whole death pool idea, it is kind of gamble talk, and everybody seems to like hearing about old Vegas and the old bosses in Atlantic City and this and that. I was remembering, and this is going to be an offbeat reference, but I was dealing, I won't mention the name of the casino downtown in Vegas. This is around 1980.
Is it still open?
3 or 4. Yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty famous one downtown. But it was just odd where you would bump into people so frequently. And Maury Amsterdam. Now there's an old reference from the Dick Van Dyke Show. Maury Amsterdam.
Murray? No,
Maury Amsterdam. He was on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
It would be Murray to Chaille, who's renowned for mispronouncing everything, including earlier in this podcast where you tried to say Montreal. Yes.
Montreal.
Everyone listening, rewind where he tried to put some French accent.
No, I'll put it right here. Montreal.
Montreal.
I was thinking Murray from Mary Tyler Moore. Is that
It's
the guy
spelled
from
Morey.
Murray from F Troop.
Murray Langston, the unknown comic.
It's more what the Y. Maury.
Maury. All right.
Maury Amsterdam.
I was looking at that. Yeah, Maury Amsterdam. So Maury Amsterdam, we're on a dead table. Maury Amsterdam comes up. Nobody knows who the hell he is. Henny Youngman comes up. Now, take my wife, please. You know, that's the reference. Even further back.
On episode 4 of this podcast, Henny Youngman told this story about running into Mae West at a palooka table. That's before they had dice. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so now these guys both come up to the table. There's nobody playing. Nobody knew who they were. The pit boss knew, and I just recognized it because they're comedians. They buy in. They both bought in for $1,000, and so now we're moving the dice, and I'm calling the dice 6 easy 6, and they were starting to lose their ass very quickly. There was nobody else on the table, and up comes fucking Rodney Dangerfield. You may know who he is, and he comes up, and when he walked up to the table, he looked at the two guys. He says, "You know, I'm not going to do the impression, but he's like, hey, are you winning?" And they're like, "Nah, we're dying here." He said, "I can change that." And he looked right at the pit boss, and the pit boss gave him a nod. He took the stick out of my hand. And go ahead, Maury, roll the dice. Whatever rolled, he just said, "Winner 6." And he did this for about maybe 15,
no matter
20 minutes.
what the
no matter
dice
what it was
came up?
No matter what it is, he was making up numbers and calling winner. So they got paid. They got paid. The dealer that was on base, it's called, giving the money, he had to look because this is not, you're not allowed to do this. But these are the old mob bosses. So he did that.
So
went
were
up
there
to
other
about-
people at the table?
Nobody.
right.
It was just
Private table.
No, but it was just really early in the morning. That's when a lot of these guys would come out, like at Caesars. If you, back in those days, even to this day, you go to the main pit at like 2 in the morning. That's when stars will come out. Some of that hasn't
I
changed.
did pass Huey Lewis from the Huey Lewis and the News at the Riviera playing craps.
There you go.
A late night at the Riviera.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's when stars do come out.
They
Story
do.
checks out.
Yeah, baby.
A lot of people might recognize Huey Lewis and not know who Maury Amsterdam is. So I
Yes.
think I win in this name drop competition.
Oh, without
Well,
a
they know
question.
who Maury Amsterdam was if they'd watched the final episode of Caroline in the City, which was his last TV appearance.
Whoa.
Oh, someone's our fucking. You know what? Yeah, you're our guy that just runs in while he Google's. Fuck you. Go back to your Google.
Wow, that was a put down.
There's not. The end. There is an end to this, and what the end was, which I didn't see coming. At that time, when you dealt, it was called going table for table. It wasn't like in Atlantic City or even in Vegas. Now you split it 24 hours a day with all the rest of the dealers. Whatever you made on that table, you split with 4 people, the dealers. So it was feast or famine every day, and we were dying. We had nothing in the box, the tip box, the toke box, and so now. They're up probably about, it was 3,000 and change. And then Rodney just hands the stick back. Thank you. And as they go to leave, they just took all the chips and said, here, it's for the dealers. You understand how classy that was? We split that up. It was basically 1,000 a man from going to having nothing that fucking shift. And it was just on the agreement, a nod, a wink. Hey, Tony, is this cool? That's what they did. You won't see that happen anywhere in a fucking casino anymore.
That's a great story.
It was, it's a simple thing, but it meant something, especially that fucking night.
And where's
Rodney.
that money now?
Yeah, exactly. it's buried with Maury Amsterdam somewhere. Maury, I don't know. Yeah, where is that money now? Yeah, Maury fucking Am.
Murray suffered an accident later that night.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good stuff.
I think that's a podcast.
Yep.
That's enough.
God damn it, I can't wait for some blueapron.com food to come to Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
And watch all these fucking muffin mouth scrounges just pile it into their head without thinking that someone put time and effort into this gourmet meal.
Yes.
And they just throw it into a styrofoam Walmart bowl. 1,000 for a nickel, and then pour it down their heads while they're trying to yell for their team. And they're spitting fruakaki and anioli flavored chicken rice shit up, whatever the fuck they sell.
Wraps.
And then in the morning, Kenny will come over, mop the floor going, oh, that looks like high grade, make it at home, 100% fresh ingredient, Blue Apron food. I hope that the security system isn't watching while I gnaw its dried kernels off the cheap parquet floor. Hey, let's play some music to get us out of here. Well, we mentioned him on the podcast. How about a little bit of Birdcloud?
Yeah.
Vodkasodaberg by Birdcloud.
Yeah.
Little bit of tinkle in my life. Little bit of urine. You're my wife.
Urine, you're my
Ba-da-ba,
We kind of started. There was some pee talk at the beginning of this. It was subtle.
Urine, you're my wife.
Yeah. Urine. Birdcloud.
Little bit of Swatsies, what I need. Little bit of tinkles, what I feed.
Well, I was sober as a judge walking around Williamsburg. No, they ought to rename this place Vodkasodaberg. 'Cause I've been drinking with the homos and they say that they ain't homos, but they look like one to me. I got $25 to blow in Vodkasodaberg. Yeah, that's 5 drinks, 5 by 5, and don't leave a tip. Yeah, that's ice and that's vodka and that's soda. No lime, don't put no bullshit straw into it. Just now starting to get right in Vodkasodaberg. Well, my brain is feeling sparkly, wow. Oh, isopropyl alcohol. Everything is clear to me now. Well, I met a local man in Vodkasodaberg. never gonna stop. And I can't, I said I'm never gonna stop. No way, I said I'm never gonna stop. I was a sad sack of shit walking around Williamsburg, just like all the residents that live in Williamsburg. I was just trying to take a little trip to Vodkasodaberg.